Don't say goodbye. Decide my mind. Everything I do for you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mental House. I am your host, Khadijah. Hope all is well with you and you are enjoying your day. Um, in homage of Black History Month. Since it is the shortest month, I think that um, we can say that if we don't celebrate ourselves and our history, um, we really can't expect anybody else to. Um, just by virtue of knowing that you get the shortest month of the year to celebrate according to his story, your history, I think is really a tragic way of thinking anyway. So Black history should be first and foremost 365 days in your family, in your home, with your nieces, nephews, children, grandchildren. I just think it's important to tell our own story because, of course, if you leave your history, Napoleon said one of the greatest things that I'm going to take to my grave. History is a set of lies agreed upon. And you remember that. So, what's understood needs no explanation. Am I right, y'all? Okay. How y'all doing? And let's just get right to it. I just want to bring this interesting conservative story to you. Since we play the conservative liberal game here. And this is a reflection on how the more things change, the more they stay the same. And as like I tell everybody, the more you know, the more you really actually realize you don't know anything. So I thought I'd bring this story to you, and I do have permission from my great mentor, and that's Dr. Claude Anderson as well. This is a book called Dirty Little Secrets, and I did tell him that I would be sharing tidbits of this story throughout my life because I appreciate the work of Dr. Claude Anderson. Black labor, white wealth, power economics, and again, Dirty Little Secrets, and Tony Brown as well. Black Lies, White Lies is also a very, very good book. But that's not what I'm here to do for today. Today I want to just check these stories out, okay, you guys? All right. Robert Carlos DeLarge, not DeBarge, but DeLarge, a conservative and naive black politician who was elected to office during Reconstruction, turned the clock backwards on blacks living in South Carolina. Apparently, as soon as DeLarge was elected to the South Carolina legislature in 1868, he immediately introduced a bill to remove or repeal all politician impediments and punitive measures against white ex-Confederates and former slaveholders. Did you guys hear what I said? Now, just put that in context to right now, you still have Nazi war criminals being hunted down and punished, and if there's any of them left, they are going to go to jail. I don't care if they're 100 years old, right? Okay, apparently listen to this now, as DeLarge was elected to the South Carolina legislature in 1868, he immediately introduced a bill to remove or repeal all politicians' impediments and punitive measures against the white Confederates and former slave holders. DeLarge filed this bill even though black ex-slaves had yet to receive any compensation or reparations for 260 years of enslavement. Worse, President Andrew Johnson had just vetoed a bill to provide ex-slaves with 40 acres and a mule. DeLarge believed that since blacks were the majority population in South Carolina, they should not appear to be too harsh or vindictive towards their precious white masters. He felt it was a time for healing, and blacks should be humble and forgiving and allow whites to set the social and economic agenda for the black masses. DeLarge soon got his wish. White minority politicians took over the state legislature, enacted the Black Codes, which in effect re-enslaved blacks by forcing them into another 100 years of peonage and semi-slavery. DeLarge's political naivete, or just plain bootlicking Stephen and Bill laid the foundation in South Carolina for what was more commonly called Jim Crowism. Similar naivete was demonstrated by black leadership during the great civil rights movement that occurred a century later. They accepted public claims of a colorblind, equal opportunity society without having resolved the historic inequities between the races. Very interesting. Now, this next little article I'm going to read is called Wealth Encouraged Black Conservatism. Oppressed black people turned against their own people for various reasons, but most often was to acquire advantages over other members of their own race. Once those who are set free have been recognized, rewarded, and elevated by the dominant society, they are threatened when other members of their race break free or urge them to re-identify with the group. They become conservatives, and like any good conservative, they accept that there must be some losers in life. They will do whatever it is that is necessary to maintain the status quo between the races so long as they personally remain elevated. Black conservatives and Sambos want more than anything else to live in a class society where they can escape the stigma of being members of the black race that they themselves are degrading. William Johnson, a wealthy, free conservative black in early 1800s, is a fine example of a free black who placed his personal interests above the needs of his people. Shortly after receiving his freedom, Johnson started a small business with money acquired from whites. He used it to make more money. As his lifestyle changed, he began to despise the social behavior and economic condition of blacks. Eventually, he disassociated himself from blacks and carefully cultivated the habits of whites. He bred horses, he hunted, gave his daughter music lessons, and lined his study with books. He treasured his friendships with wealthy white elite who embodied the values that he most admired. Towards the end of his life, he made the final leap away from blacks. He purchased a sprawling farm outside Natchez, Mississippi, hired a white overseer, and bought some black slaves. The man, who had made his way up as a barber and a moneylender, concluded that ownership of land and black slaves were the keys to happiness. Wait a minute. Did you hear what I said? My goodness. Same story. Place it in today. All right. That's why I said history is circular. Okay. So anyway, if you like what you hear, please, please, please like and subscribe. Again, that comes from the little book, Dirty Little Secrets. All right. About Black history, its heroes, and other troublemakers. Okay. And it's by Dr. Claude Anderson. All right, you guys. Thank you. I will talk to you later. I'll see you a little later on in the mental house. All right. Hey, if you like what you hear, please like and subscribe and share. All right. Talk to you later.